Jesus is indeed the cup that will never run dry. What a perfect segue as I welcome you to the Linworth Coffee Shop. How's the coffee? Is it pretty good here? Okay. This week begins our 6-week sermon series, Conversations with God. And as you can see, our coffee shop setting here with us this morning, as Pastor G will come forward after we read the scripture, we will encounter how we converse with one another and how we converse with God at those favorite places that we visit. So first, our scripture reading this morning, it comes from Genesis 16, verses 1 through 16. I'll be sharing with you from the Message Bible this morning. Sarai, Abram's wife, hadn't yet produced a child. She had an Egyptian maid named Hagar. Sarai said to Abram, "God has not seen fit to let me have a child. Sleep with my maid. Maybe I can get a family from her." So Abram agreed to do what Sarai said. So Sarai, Abram's wife, took her Egyptian maid Hagar and gave her to her husband Abram as a wife. Abram had been living 10 years in Canaan when this took place. He slept with Hagar and she got pregnant. When Hagar learned she was pregnant, she looked down on her mistress. Sarai told Abram, "It's all your fault I'm suffering this abuse. I put my maid in bed with you, and the minute she knows she's pregnant, she treats me like I'm nothing. May God decide which one of us is right." Abram said, "You decide. Your maid is your business." Sarai was then abusive to Hagar, and Hagar ran away. An angel of God found her beside a spring in the desert. It was the spring on the road to Shur. He said, "Hagar, maid of Sarai, what are you doing here?" She said, "I'm running away from Sarai, my mistress." The angel of God said, "Go back to your mistress. Put up with her abuse." He continued, "I'm going to give you a big family, children past counting. From this pregnancy you'll get a son. Name him Ishmael. For God heard you and God answered you. He'll be a bucking bronco of a man, a real fighter, fighting and being fought, always stirring up trouble, always at odds with his family." Hagar answered God by name, praying to the God who spoke to her, "You're the God who sees me." Yes, he saw me, and I saw him. That's how that desert spring got named God Alive Sees Me Spring. That spring is still there to this day between Kadesh and Bered. Hagar gave Abram that son, and Abram named him Ishmael. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar gave him his son Ishmael.